Hey Tim, hey everyone else, welcome back to For Running Shoes. In a moment I'm going to talk about the meals that I prepared for this week and how I am approaching my nutrition as I am approaching my marathon. This was my 4th week of marathon training and it was good. I had an 8-kilometer recovery run to start the week after my long run on the weekend. Then I had a fairly comfortable 13-kilometer run. I had a rest day on Wednesday. On Thursday, I had an 8-kilometer speed training session, which was good. I extended the intervals a little bit, which was nice. Then Friday, again, I gave the legs a rest. I took myself out for a kayak though, which I haven't done in a really long time, which was nice. Then on Saturday, I had my 24-kilometer long run, which felt good. Though I probably wasn't as prepared for it as I would have liked to have been. I think that I probably should have been more proactive with carb loading and had a couple of extra meals in the days leading up to it. And I think that that's going to be something that I need to work on going forward. And also now that we are approaching warmer weather, we're in warmer weather really, I'm going to be needing to take out more water onto the trail, which is good. I was needing to use taps and things as I was out there, which is okay. There are drinking taps available, but that's something that I need to consider. But this week I want to talk about my nutrition. So I have been really proactive in making sure that I have enough food during the week, and for the most part that means that at least for the work days, even though I've been on school holidays, but for the work days, so Monday to Friday, I have a reliable big meal for lunch ready to go, and I've also got additional snacks. At work I usually take a piece of fruit and that's about it other than my lunch, but during this season I'm also taking some trail mix as well. So I prepared my meals for this week on camera, and here they are now. All right, I'm in the kitchen. It's time to get my meals ready for the week, at least my lunches and some snacks. I started by preparing the main carbohydrate. I used 3 cups of rice and I cooked them in my pressure cooker. After that, I chopped up some beans. This is another form of carbohydrate, but they're also high in fiber. They're good and they add taste and other things to the meal. I steamed those. While they're on, I prepared a baking tray for the protein of the meal, which would be salmon. And I'm treating this with a salt, and I'm also using garlic and some butter to cook them. I cooked them for 10 minutes or so. After they were nearly done, I popped the beans onto the tray as well, and I finished them off in the oven. And once they were all cooked, I then popped them into my trays. I put my trail mix into my little containers, and then I served up the meals into these trays. I just got these trays from Kmart. I have heaps of them because they're really useful for preparing these meals, and I really find them very helpful. Then it was time to eat. Very good. Once the meals had cooled, it was time to put the lids on and then put them in the fridge. These are super easy to take out of the fridge and heat up in the microwave for when I need to eat them during the week. Fantastic. So I'm really making sure that I'm upping the amount of carbs and protein that I'm eating at the moment. And I really want to make sure that I'm not getting too hungry. I know from experience, when I'm not having enough carbohydrates going in, I'm not enough energy, and I am doing high mileage, even higher than I am now, then that's when I really start getting, my body really starts feeling the impacts of that. Both the training load is difficult, it's hard to keep up with it, and also I feel terrible because I'm always hungry and that makes me grumpy, and that's no good. Nobody needs that. So that's my approach at the moment, to make sure that I have a big meal each day and ready to go at work. And then of course I'll have a fairly good sized breakfast, and dinner I'll have a fairly large serve as well, making sure that everything has got lots of carbs in it, especially as we head towards the end of the week when I am approaching my longer run, and I'll start having an additional meal or 2 on the Thursday, Friday, getting ready for the Saturday long run. And that's my approach at the moment. It's going to be a really busy week for me next week. I'm a little unsure about how It's all going to go down. I have a plan to make sure I try and get all my kilometres in. I've got a show. I'm playing trombone for the CDP Community Theatre Incorporated, their production of Oliver, which there are some links in the description if you want to check that out. There's still tickets available for this weekend and some for the next weekend, I think. So I've got, this week I've got dress rehearsals on a couple of nights. Then I've got a couple of nights of shows and similar without the dress rehearsals next week. So it's going to be a really busy couple of weeks for me during show season. It's lots of fun. I really like doing these. And it just means that I need to be pretty organised about when I'm hitting my runs. So I'm rearranging a little bit about next week just to make sure that I get everything in. But we'll take it as it comes. I'm looking forward to it anyway and hoping that I can at least get my key runs in, if not everything that I would have usually ran. Anyway, that's what I'll leave it for now though. Tim, I'm hoping that your last couple of weeks are going well. Yeah, it's disappointing that you have been, a little bit sick and that's disrupted your training, but it's been nice that you've been able to get away. Looking forward to seeing what you've been up to this week in your video on Thursday. Take care everyone, you'll see my next video on Tuesday and we'll see you then.